I turned it all the way down.
Hi, just starting the video, waiting a few minutes, and then we'll get started. I want to make sure that we're not going to have some of the issues that I had last week with it cutting off all the time. So just bear with me. It's just about 7:30 on Wednesday, July the 15th. Okay, I guess the first issue is I'm sideways. Let's see if I can get this corrected. It'll take a minute to catch up.
Yeah, it's coming down.
Trying to figure out how to turn my camera sideways to get a bigger viewing area, but then still be right side up. Are we the right way now?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hi, Nancy. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Sandy. She says hi. Sandy says hi, Bill. You remember Nancy and Sandy? Sandy drove with us.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I think, is my screen look the right way up?
Looks better now.
All right. Well, last week we got on here and this has been so much fun. So I showed you some of the new items from the holiday catalog that's coming out in a couple of weeks. And so everybody really liked the gnomes. And I really liked the bright. And then there was also the Merry Moose. So Sandy, you and I were both, Nancy, I don't know if you were there. We were in Linda Lou Creates Sunday evening. She sort of does a mystery card every week. She will post all the materials you need, but we don't know what we're going to make. We just know what to cut out. So the other day, this was the one that I did, and I did it with the little Merry Moose. I just think he's so cute. So it's great because the punched out the moose, and then I stamped and Fussy cut his little scarf to put on him. So it's such a cute set. And then I just did the little, I love this raccoon. So I just thought I would share this card with you guys tonight. That was a fun one to make. And then, so the ones that I really worked with this last week, we'll pull back out here the gnomes. And so hopefully we're still going and I'm not having any glitches yet. So I like to color. And so part of that coloring for me is why I like the gnomes. So these are two cards that I made that are just about the same. This one has the bottom and it has a top piece across the top. The bottom I cut here 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. So it's the same whether I did it for this card or this card. The only difference between these two is this card has a full 5 1/4 by 4 DSP for the background, and then I just fussy cut around so you could see that. Where this one, I took a piece of DSP across the top, and I used this new ribbon coming out of the catalog, and it is called Braided Linen Twine. It's very, very thin. So what I did is after I just glued a piece of that right along the edge of my white cardstock. These were both colored pretty similar also. I did a mixture of the alcohol blends. This was my basket of coloring tools. So I did the alcohol blends. And then I also mixed in some markers because not everybody has the alcohol blends so you can use a marker. And then I thought, well, not everybody has markers either, so I did pull out for this one, instead of markers on their hats, I actually used the ink pads and a simple blender tool. So, and you can also do them with colored pencils or not color them in at all. So those are those cards. And then I turned to this one, the Peace and Bright. I really liked it because it has the dies that go with it. And the dies you can cut out in 3 steps if you wish to. You have the big background. If you do the stamp, then you would use the second one. If you wanted a really, really fine lettering, then you could also die cut that. I decided to do the stamped image. But when I was looking at this and I saw Joy to the World, it reminded me of the new stamp set out of the new annual catalog, The Beautiful World. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to mix these two together. And so this is the new brass foil sheet, so you can see it's really sparkly. And so, my husband's telling me to tilt it a little bit so you can see that sparkle. Does that?
Sparkle, yeah.
I guess you can't see the sparkle. Let me try it with these ones on my hands. See if I can get that to focus.
Yeah, it's good there.
So I die cut these out of brass and just mixed this set with the Christmas set. I always love it when I can mix 2 sets, whether I can use them all year round and for holidays. So I did cut this one out. I thought I'd take a moment very quick and show you how I put it together.
Sandy wants me to sing.
Sandy wants you to sing in the background. I guess you could do that, Bill, while I'm working on this card.
Sing 3 Dog Night.
When we would do the stamp camps at my house when I was living down in Pittsburgh, my husband would always be in his music room and serenading while we were making cards. I miss those days. This I have a much nicer craft area and room to do those camps, but it's COVID has sort of put a stop to all of that. So for this card, I'm going to do it on a very vanilla card base, the 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And then the first layer is going to be real red. It's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Then I decided to do another layer. I think I've been hanging around Linda Lou Creates quite a bit. I'm getting into these layers. This garden green layer is 5 by 3 3/4. And then the one I'm going to stamp on, another very vanilla, is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. When I made the original card and I was doing these holly berries, I was thinking, let's go around the world. And I always say you make a prototype for the first one, but for the second one I thought, oh, instead of doing that, let me test my stamp there, I'm going to point them inwards on the 4 corners. So we'll just do 4 here in the corners. I thought this was a very, very simple card. The hardest part of it was just cutting all the pieces. And I didn't want to be running back and forth to my Big Shot. So I pre-cut those. So then the little berries in the corners. I love that these line up perfectly. There's no thinking involved. See, I sort of like that a little better. There's no right or wrong way. There's just all personal preference. And the last time I checked, there was no card police, so that's a nice thing. So then I'm just gonna, my glue's going to work. I'll get.
Thanking you for pre-cutting.
You're welcome for all the pre-cuts. Yeah, that just takes, I thought about doing the other card, but I said nobody wants to sit here and watch me color. That's like watching paint dry. Oh, let me get in here. A few more dots. I know a lot of people do their layers and they'll use the tape runners. I actually prefer glue because I'm one of those that needs that forgiveness to slide things around. I have a hard time lining things up. So I'm just going to put my worlds on there. Here's the joy. This is what I was saying. I just used 2 of the dies. So I got the big background in the real red, and then I stamped in garden green on the very vanilla and die cut that out. So we'll stick these together. All right, a little bit of glue. Bill, can you hand me dimensionals out of that top drawer? I forgot my dimensionals.
Small ones.
No.
Large ones?
Yes, please. It's a good thing he's here. He can just reach into the drawer and...
Luckily, I know what all those words mean.
Well, he's actually gone to some on stages with me and made cards, so he knows all that good stuff.
I'd rather be playing the guitar.
Ah, come on. We all love to be creative in some way.
Yeah, I get creative with my guitar.
All right, so we're just going to put joy down there. And then for the words, I stamped them, but there's no sense in using a trimmer. It's just a little piece, so you can just fussy cut it with your scissors. I don't mind fussy cutting something like this because it's just a straight. Now's when I need those little ones, Bill. Now I need the little ones.
Little one.
The little. So we're going to use the little baby dimensionals on this one. I love when they came out with these baby dimensionals. I can get them on there straight. So has everybody been busy crafting while they're locked up? Looks like some places are headed to a second lockdown. And we'll just put To the World on there. And then I just layer them all together. Hopefully I can get these straight. We'll do the next layer.
Sandy says she's lost her crafting mojo.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sandy, but it is hard sometimes. I am usually a very avid reader and read every day, but I have lost my reading mojo. So it's like, I think I've read 1 book in the last 4 months. And there we go, a nice Christmas card. I think I do like the holly berries coming out of the corner instead of sort of going around. But you could stamp them all over the background too. So, quick and easy. And then the only other thing I really have tonight is I got mail. I love when I get Stampin' Up! Mail. It's like Christmas. And I got the Posted For You out of the new catalog with the stamp punch. I don't know why, but I was extremely excited when I saw this in the annual catalog.
Nancy wants to know how the dog's doing.
Peavy is sitting here resting with us. He's doing really well. He was sick for a while. Thanks for asking, Nancy. When we moved up here, he got a tick bite. But he's much better now. So this is the stamp set I want to try to use. I can see me making one of these love stamps and then sticking it on the back of every one of my envelopes when I mail a card. I just think this set is so pretty. I can't wait to play with it. So that's what I had for this evening, as I wanted to show you some of these cards that I made. I hope you like them. This is always fun to do a quick little video and share some time with you, because I don't get to see you in person with everything that's going on. So hopefully someday we'll be able to do like an all-day stamp camp up here at our new place. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. And if you have any questions, please message me. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.